Well, 4G cameras have become very popular in recent years, and for good reason. They're extremely versatile. They can be mounted nearly anywhere. You don't have to run additional power or wires to operate these cameras. Well, today I'll be doing a review on the Ebit 4G LTE pan and tilt security camera. I'll show you what's inside the box. We'll go through the initial setup, but then most importantly, I'm going to put this camera to work. That way we can see what the video quality is like. We'll go through the app and see what type of features and the functions that this camera offers. Let's get into the unboxing. So it is the 4G security camera. It does have the pan and tilt option and comes with a solar panel. You do get a user's manual. It comes with the SIM card, and it says it works with the 3 different popular 4G networks. A couple of templates. Comes with a solar panel. A solar panel mount. An SD card. USB cable. A tweezers. And here's the actual camera. So the camera has dual antennas. Of course, it is the pan and tilt. It has white LEDs along with infrared LEDs for the night vision. Of course, you have your PIR sensor and your lens. On the bottom of the camera, there's an access port. That is where your SIM card and your micro SD card goes. And then on the bottom of the base is your on-off switch and your power connector for your solar panel. So next we'll be installing the included SIM card. This is an EIOT Club SIM card, and it works with Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. It's supposed to pick which one of those 3 has the strongest signal in your area and then use that for your camera. So we're going to install this SIM card and power the camera up next. So the SIM card is pre-cut. 3 different sizes. We're going to use the very smallest size. So we carefully detached the smallest size. So next we're going to open up the bottom of the camera. You can see it's marked SIM card there. We're going to take our SIM with the contacts facing up, the same way the lens is looking. We're going to drop that down into the slot there. And this is where the supplied tweezers comes in. You want to press that down inside until you hear a visible click. When you're done, the card should be recessed down inside the hole. Next, we'll take the included micro SD card and put it into the micro SD card slot. This time, the metal contacts will face away from the lens, so they will face towards the back of the camera. We'll drop that down inside the slot and press it till it clicks. So the next step, you're going to want to take your smartphone and download the U-Box app. That's what this camera is going to operate on. They include a QR code inside the manual. Simply scan that and that'll download the app for you. So we have the free app downloaded. The next part is to power up the camera. We're simply going to open up the port here and turn the camera on. Next, we'll open up the app and click Add a Device. Then it'll give us the option to set up a 4G device, and that's what we want to click on. The next step is to wait for the camera to have a blue light, and as you can see, we're starting to get a blue light. We're going to wait till it's a solid blue light and then click Next on our app. Now that we have a solid blue light on the camera, that's what we were waiting for, we're going to click Next on the app. It wants us to scan the QR code that's on top of the camera. We're going to scan that, and that will link this particular camera to your app. At this point, it asks you to name your camera, so we'll do that and go to the next step. After we name the camera, we click Finish, and we should be able to get a live view of the camera. So we can click on the camera, and we'll see if it brings up a live view. It worked perfectly on the very first time. Well, that setup went about as smoothly as possible. It worked on the very first try. Now comes the fun part. We're going to put this camera outside, and we're going to put it to work. I'm going to show you sample videos that this camera takes so you can see what type of quality you expect. I'll also show you some of the app features and the functions that this camera offers. So let's get to work. You've been watching some of the videos that the Ebitcam camera has recorded over the past couple of weeks. I'm using it as a security camera to monitor the access to my farm, the driveway coming in and out. I'm going to continue to show you more of the videos that the camera recorded and get a real good idea of what type of quality you can expect from that. But right now I want to walk you through the app. So as we pull up the app, you can simply click on the camera that you want to view, and it brings up a live view. The first thing you'll notice is up in the upper right hand corner, it gives you the battery life indicator. I'm running, I think, at full strength. The little flash signal beside that shows that it's currently charging. It is sunlight outside, as you can see. Just to the left of that indicator of the power is your signal. As you can see, I don't have great signal here in my area, approximately 2 bars, but the camera seems to operate just fine, and in fact it has operated just fine over the past couple of weeks. If you click in the lower left hand corner, it's going to bring up previously recorded videos. Those videos are broken down into different days, and you have specific times that the videos were recorded. You can simply pick a day that you want to view, and it'll bring up a list of previously recorded videos on that day. Again, on the left hand side, it's broken down to what time of the day it was recorded, and then it gives you a snapshot here on the thumbnail of exactly what's happening in that video. You can click on a video and play it back. Here you can see a vehicle in my driveway driving away. The playback seems to be very good, even with my limited signal here in my area. If we exit out of there, in the lower left hand corner of the live view screen is your pan and tilt option. When you click on that, it brings up the option to pan and tilt. You can simply press on one side, the camera starts panning over. Here you can see it glitches just a little bit. You can see that panned actually left and right pretty slowly, but that can be changed by clicking on the speed here. You can see I have it on one of the lowest speeds. Let's put it on the high speed and click OK. Now we should be able to pan a lot quicker. Now, as you can see, the panning goes a lot quicker. You can tilt it up and down. You can pan up and down. And again, there's a little bit of a lag there, and you can see as I stopped, it continued to go a little bit. You just have to sort of fine tune that, and I believe the better you have signal, the better that would operate. But again, that option to adjust the speed, that's a great feature. I keep it on lower speed just so I don't overshoot my target. As I'm panning and tilting, it'll stop quicker, or at least I find the lower speed works better for me. Another thing I wanted to touch on is in the upper right hand corner, there's a gear icon. Here's where you can drop down into the menu and you can change any of the options. Here you can go into the detection sensitivity. I have it currently set on medium, which I find is a pretty good setting for me, but there's also low and high depending on the area that you're mounting your camera. All the different options of setup are all available right here through the app. The arming setting, that is where you can turn your PIR sensor on and off. So if you do not want the camera to be detecting motion during certain times of the day, you can set that up right here. It gives you a list of different days that you can make the camera active. So that's a great feature. I simply just have my camera armed 24/7, and that has been working out great. Further down here in the menu, it also gives you the option to turn the LED indicator on and off. There's a little blue or red light that would flash when it's recording. I don't want that on, so I have that turned off. When you're using it as a security camera, you probably want that turned off. The last thing I want to touch on as we come back out here to the home screen is how to turn the white LED bright lights on or to turn the infrared lights on. And that's as simple as clicking on the little icon here in the corner of the live view. Right now with a light bulb on, that's going to bring the bright white lights. It's going to give you a color video at nighttime. If you click it again, it's going to give you a little ring of lights. That is the LED. You'll get the black and white nighttime videos. But obviously the camera will be a little less conspicuous as it's recording when you have the night IR. Now this camera is 850 nm, which means a human can still detect a slight red glow if you look directly at the camera while it's recording at nighttime. The last thing I'll touch on is the camera's microphone. It gives you the feature to talk through the camera's speaker. Now imagine if you could be hundreds, maybe thousands of miles away from your camera and there's somebody in front of it. You can click the microphone on the app. You can actually hold a conversation with that person that's in front of your camera. You'll be able to hear what they're saying through the app, and you can speak by touching that microphone feature, and they'll be able to hear what you're saying. This is a great feature and one of many that this camera offers. There are many more features that I simply don't have time to touch on in today's video, but I do want to talk about the included solar panel. It is much larger when compared to other solar panels that are included in these type of cameras. It's going to give you more flexibility on mounting locations and to collect the most sunlight to keep this camera charged. Now, I do want to mention that this camera offers a built-in lithium battery. So if you don't have great sunlight, maybe you're in a shaded area, or you don't want to use the solar panel at all, it has a 10,400 milliamp built-in battery. It's going to allow this camera to run for 1 to 3 months without any charge from the solar panel at all. So if you want to mount this camera in a location that has no sunlight, maybe you want to mount it indoors or underneath a roof, you can run it on that internal battery and you can get up to 3 months of record time without using any power whatsoever. And that'll lead me right into my final thoughts. And that's where I'll give you the pros and cons as I see it after using this camera. The first pro that I wanted to touch on is that included SIM card. Now it works with the 3 major carriers, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. So it will search for the best signal in your area and it'll tap into one of those 3 towers and supply the data. Now, although the camera offers a small amount of free data to get you up and operating the day you receive your camera, you will have to top off that SIM card from time to time. If you go onto the website listed, they have a lot of affordable plans to choose from. And in fact, if you prepay up to a year, you can get rates as low as about $8 to $10 a month. Another positive for me is this camera offers 2K video. So as you've been seeing the samples of daytime and nighttime videos that this camera recorded right here on my farm, you can judge for yourself the type of quality that this 2K camera offers. Another positive is something that I already mentioned, and that is that larger solar panel. It's going to give you more sunlight capabilities, or to capture more sunlight, and the built-in battery. It has that large built-in battery that if you want to use this camera without the solar panel, you're going to be able to run it for up to 3 months without any type of power. The last positive that I'll talk about is its price point. In fact, this is one of the lowest priced 4G pan and tilt cameras. So maybe you were a little hesitant about getting into the pan and tilt 4G camera. This is going to allow you to buy this type of camera without spending a ton of money. And as I've been showing you, this camera still offers a lot of features that you would come to expect with a 4G pan and tilt camera. Now, are there any cons or things that I think they could improve with this camera? One of the things that comes to mind are the dual antennas. I do not see a way that they could be easily replaced or upgraded. Now, in a rural area like mine, it seems the squirrels and the raccoons love climbing up to these cameras. They hang on them and play with them like they're a jungle gym. There's a possibility that the antennas can get broken off. I don't see a way that they can be easily replaced. I also did not have great signal in my area, and although the camera operated exactly as it was supposed to, I would like if there would be a way that I could upgrade the antennas to get even better signal. I did not talk with the company, so maybe if I would contact them, they would say there is a way that you could take them off and replace them or upgrade them. Just simply me quickly looking at this camera, they look like they're built in or part of the housing and that they would not be easy to replace or upgrade. So those were my final thoughts. As you can tell, I think it's a good camera, and especially for the price point. I'll be placing a link down in the description if you would like more information, or maybe you would like to purchase one for yourself. I always appreciate if you go through that link. I get a small commission and it allows me to continue to bring reviews just like this one. If you have any comments or questions, maybe there's something I totally missed or overlooked, or something that you're really curious about that I simply didn't touch on, please leave a comment down in that comment section. Not only do I enjoy hearing from you, there's many times that I learn things as I hear from you. So please put a comment down in the comment section. I really do try and get back to each and every one of you. I also want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.